All right, guys. Tough one today. I thought our team played extremely hard and battled all the way till the end. Did what we asked them to do. We asked them to be an extremely physical football team. They were that today. I give so much credit to our players. We've been banged up all year, as we all know. We've been banged up all last game. And you got two options when you are where we are. You either say, I'm going to fight to get back, or you're going to say, maybe I'll try to take one more week. And you saw our team today, and every single player that could play played. And they battled all week long in practice to find a way, extra treatment. Some guys didn't practice but yet played. Some guys couldn't play, the whole deal. And you just see how committed our team is to playing hard, to doing everything they can to try to find a way for a win. That was the most upset I've seen our locker room in a while. And I think it was because, they just feel like we're there now. And now all of a sudden when you're there and you're playing games against, the last four weeks we've played, now you walk off the field, you go into the game with an expectation of winning. And when you go into a game with the expectation of winning, you walk off the field with a little more, a little bit bad taste in your mouth. And I love our guys, the way they talked in the locker room. Barry Hill, Castillo both did great messages to the team about these final two that we've got coming up. Obviously, we know Utah was going to be a very good football team. We saw what they did last week against Stanford. We saw what they did the week before. They're playing very good football, and our guys matched them head-to-head on every single play. So credit to our guys. Credit to our special teams. Huge punt block for a touchdown. Our defense, I thought, had a really good game. They got some big-time stops at the right time. We had a couple costly penalties at the end of the half and at the end of the game. But I will say, penalties were way down. I think we had 5 on the game. We had no turnovers. It was our first game with not turning the football over. We just got to be smarter. We had a 4th down that we didn't get early in the game, and obviously in 2 minutes, the ball has to be passed. You can't just take sacks and check the ball down. But this is a learning curve, and every opportunity we have is to teach, and that's what we got to do, and that's what we get paid to do.
Questions? Who wants to go first? Michael.
What was the intent on the 2-point play, and how did it kind of?
Yeah, we were trying to run a variation of, a run-pass option where, Barry Hill was going to try to snap, flip it to Wiley. Wiley was going to flip it back to Will. Will was trying to go out in the end zone. They played cover 2. They've shown more blitz 0 in that situation. So, at that point in time, what happened was we wound up having a celebration that we blocked the punt, and now we have to take a timeout to get the personnel right. Then we're missing a guy because Tavion got hurt, so we had to put somebody else in the game. And then, we were hopeful that corner was going to bite up and try to tackle Wiley when he was coming around in the double reverse and flip it over the top to Will. But that just didn't get executed. Kind of whatever you want to call it, a Philly-type special of some nature.
Greg, you've said your goal is to be a tough out. Do you think this was an example of that?
I think the last 4 games have been an example of when you play us, you better be ready to play. I think Washington knows that. I think SC knows that. Cal knew it, and I think Utah felt that as well. It certainly was clear. It's 31-29 with 6.5 minutes left in the game. And then, they wound up having a 4-minute drive. They scored it's a 2-point game. It's a 2-point game, and we're, going for 2 to tie the game up. I absolutely believe that we are a tough out. And soon the tough outs are going to become tough wins, and tough wins for us are going to become hopefully bigger wins than that as we continue on this journey.
Justin,
how much has special teams been able to keep you guys competitive in games?
I think the special teams early on was maybe the first 3 games or so was hurting us, and then the last 9 have been unbelievable. They have just completely flipped the script. 57-yard field goal, punt block for a touchdown. The way Kyle's been punting, I know we only punted, I think, once, or I think we had 1 punt today, 2 punts today. But, both of them were for a 52-yarder and a 46-yarder. I mean, he's punting great. He's executing. Lucas, it was a 57-yarder. It was a kind of an either-or call on that. And I went up to him. I said, hey, it's senior night. Go knock it through, man. And it was awesome to see him do that. So special teams has become a big part of trying to flip the program.
Michael.
Yes, the defense. They looked like they kind of got worn down or just couldn't get off the field in the second half. Did you feel like Utah's kind of jabbing away and maybe wearing you guys down
Well, I mean,
there in the second half?
I think this. I think Utah ran for 460 yards last week. They ran for 160 this week. They ran for 294 the week before. They're really good, and you're not going to just get them off the field on every time. And when you have to tackle runners, and the way we coach is, I want to see 11 guys running the ball on every play. And if you're going to play like that, you are going to be a little tired sometimes. But we substitute. We got guys playing extremely hard. We got guys coming in and out. And I think we saw, even the final drive. I mean, it's a 2nd and 15. They wind up hitting a slash run and calling a face mask there. But other than that, I think that really, they hit us on some scramble plays. They hit us on an option play. Quarterback did a nice job on a quarterback, toss crack play where he kept it, kind of very similar to the play we ran with B.J. Castile, and actually early in the season with Jordan McLeod against Oregon. But they're a good team, and I would expect that type of battle. And both teams were pretty tired at the end of the game.
Right. They had some screens and some kind of the rollouts where they had an open guy. What were they doing that was making it so that they could have someone wide open?
Yeah, I saw kind of more the end result of it. My head's probably down looking at the call sheet or looking at what we're going to call next. But I saw on one of them where they slipped a halfback out the back door early in the game for a big 30-yarder or 29-yarder. So I would assume it was a man beater where they tried to run, wash everybody down and slide the back out by himself out on the right. They ran a keeper at the end of the game. That was a big one on 3rd and 1 that they threw over Jalen Harris's head where they slid the tight end out. Those are plays you just got to defend when you play man coverage. Sometimes they work. Sometimes you call them into zone and they don't work. So, that was probably, they looked like they were doing a lot of check with me at the line of scrimmage. So they were trying to get it in and out of some plays. And, sometimes you just got to defend those.
Michael.
Was Will Plummer limited in any way?
No, I didn't feel so. I didn't feel he was at all. I thought he played a good game. He's probably going to want to take back about 5 or 6 plays, but maybe we missed high or, had a chance at somebody. Or I think we had some great chances and great opportunities today, and I thought he played a good football game with a lot of room to grow.
Greg, was Plummer's long run just making something out of nothing?
Yeah, it was. We were running the play that we hit Dorian Singer on the sideline for about 40 later in the game. At the start of the second half was the same call that we ran on the 4th down against in the Will Plummer scramble. What happened was they blitzed cover 0 on it, and he just saw a wide open A-gap and just took it. We always tell him, east and west scramble's bad, north and south scramble's good. And he saw that A-gap right in front of him and hit it and wound up. They were blitz 0, so they had no one back there.
Time for a couple more. Justin?
What do you tell the guys who have probably played their last game here at Arizona Stadium, and do you have an idea on how many guys can possibly come back?
The guys that played their last game, I think we'll probably address that more during the, Sunday. I don't do a great job at the end of the game when it comes to, getting all sentimental. I think more of that we'll talk about on Sunday. I wanted to really talk to the team about, the groundwork that they're laying right now. And I did tell the guys that aren't going to be a part of next year, that they're going to come back in their homecoming, whatever year that's going to be, and they're going to be super proud of the team that they're going to see because they're going to be a part of what happened. They're going to be a part of the change. I think it's very clear. I think we lost by 5, 7, won by 7, lost by 9 the last 4 games. Those are teams that are, that we're talking about playing Washington, USC, Utah, and Cal. You play those games like that, good things are coming, and that's what I told our team. And guys that can come back, that I think most of the guys that can't come back will come back. That's what I believe.
Michael, last one.
2 questions. One, did you give any consideration to just going for 1?
No, not at 31-29, not with 7 minutes left in the game. If it was in the 3rd quarter, yes, but in the 4th quarter, no.
The fact that the guys were mad in the locker room and upset, did that kind of put a smile on your face? Did that please you?
No, after a loss, there's not much that'll put a smile on my face. But what I will say is, what pleased me is the fact that our guys are so committed to making this thing right, that they are just so want to be a part of the change, that you've got guys that are coming up to me, the Trey Masons, the Anthony Pandys, saying they wish they had another year, versus the other deal where it's, this is time for me to go. And when you hear that from the captains and from the guys that want to be a part of it, it makes you feel like you got something really special that's brewing. And, I think what we'll have here in the next year or two will be.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.